Hey everyone, Chastain on Gaming here with a guide on how to easily beat the High Halls Forum Gauntlet and obtain the Conductor's Melody. You can summon a couple different NPCs to assist with this fight, and obviously use your red tools, but I'm going to show you how to beat this with no summons using just your needle. For loadout, I'm showing all my recommendations, including Long Nail, Injector Band, Fractured Mask, and Magnetite Dice, but the only necessary tool is Ascendant's Grip for the final phase. To reach the Forum Gauntlet the first time, you want to start at this bench to the far left of High Halls and navigate all the way through the area, but I bet you've already done that if you're searching for this video. If so, you'll start at this second bench you unlock in High Halls at the bottom right hand side next to the Ventrica, then head straight to the left of the bench and you'll reach the Forum Gauntlet. Before attempting this gauntlet, I highly suggest exterminating the Clawmaidens. Feel free to skip ahead if you've already done this, but if not, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Follow this path I'm taking up and to the left of the same bench we start at for the Forum Gauntlet. If you didn't know, you can find the Clawmaiden Nest up here and permanently stop Clawmaidens from spawning in the Citadel. A couple of them spawn in the Forum Gauntlet, so we're going to prevent that. You can use your needle to bash these rolling carts along the ground. Watch out because a couple Clawmaidens spawn in this room. Avoid them and bash the second rolling cart under this breakable ceiling. Head up and to the left. Watch out for the spinning blades. You can double jump and dash over them. And then you'll see this massive web. Just hit it a few times and it'll break and disappear. Not much of an indicator you've accomplished something, but you'll see that we complete the Hunter's Journal entry for Clawmaidens. The run back to this gauntlet has got to be the easiest in the game. Just head straight to the left, hop over the gap. If you want to summon an NPC, they'll be there where you see Garmon standing for me. Grab your silk, get ready for an 11-phase gauntlet. Phase 1 starts with a Reed, Envoy, and a Chorister. Don't stress about taking damage in these early phases. You've got plenty of space to heal, and you'll be getting a lot of silk from the enemies, especially if you use the Reaper Crest. I get hyper aggressive on the floor guys here, and then kite the Reed around to get a heal in. After that, just take your time baiting out the Reed's attacks and retaliating with a pogo or an upward slash. The second phase spawns 2 choristers. Once again, don't worry about taking damage, just get really aggressive on one and then you can be a bit more defensive with the second. I like to bait out the ranged needle throw and then relentlessly pogo on these guys' heads. They'll often retaliate by spinning up into the air like that, but it only does 1 mask, and we have plenty of time to heal, so stay aggressive. The third phase is a Reed and a Bellbearer. I find Bellbearer projectiles super hard to keep track of in a crowded room, so I almost always try to take them out first. I sacrifice a lot of health here, ignoring the Reed and doing whatever I can to get underneath the Bellbearer. Heal once the Bellbearer is gone, and do the same thing you did with the Reed in phase 1. The fourth phase is 2 Ministers, and we'll start playing more defensively. If you can bait the Ministers so they're moving together, it makes things easier. Deal with them like you would a Reed. They're very similar to Reeds in terms of movesets, just without projectiles. Get out of the way if they block your attacks. They follow up with riposte combos like a Reed does. Kite this last one around to make sure you're healed up for the next phase. The fifth phase is 2 Maestros, and they throw cogflies that are a pain to dodge with 2 at once, so my strategy is to get underneath one and upslash him relentlessly while ignoring his flies and taking as much damage as necessary. Then you can sneak in a heal and be defensive with the second. Just give him space, hop over the fly when he sends one your way, and retaliate. Phase 6 is Acquire Clapper. He's not too bad once you know his set of 4 moves and how to respond. Let's call his moves Regular Pound, Jumping Pound, Magic Staff, and Magic Jumping Staff. For the first 2, his staff doesn't light up, just dash out of the way of his attack and immediately dash back in for a hit. If he lifts up his staff and it lights up, that's Magic Staff. He sends an energy wave away from him across the ground, just jump over it and towards him to sneak a hit in. If he brings his staff behind him and it lights up, he's about to do Magic Jumping Staff. You have to get out of the way for this with extra distance. It creates a big magic explosion. I typically don't retaliate on this move. If he traps you in a corner, do what you have to jump and dash over him, get some space. Phase 7 is 2 Reeds and a Bellbearer. You know I hate Bellbearers, so I'm going to sacrifice whatever masks are necessary to get underneath him and slash until he disappears. Once he's gone, this room's very similar to Phase 4 with the 2 Ministers. See if you can get the Reeds to move in unison, bait out their attacks, and retaliate. Watch out for their parry and riposte moves when they block your attacks, and jump over their projectiles. Phase 8 is my least favorite with 2 bell bearers and a chorister. It's hard to get underneath the bell bearers with the chorister on the ground, so you may have more luck taking them out first, but I always sacrifice what I have to get rid of projectile bells because I find the chorister easier to dodge. You'll notice I swing at and miss this second bell bearer a million times. Boring for this video, but fine strategically to stay defensive and miss rather than run into him. Hard to get a pogo on these guys, so I think a better strategy than what I use would be to take out 1 bell bearer, then the chorister, and then the second bell bearer if you want to speed things up. Be sure to get a heal in. The 9th phase is 2 ministers and a bell bearer. This is very similar to phase 7 with the 2 reeds and a bell bearer. For some reason, I start with focusing on the minister and then moving to the bell bearer to take him out, but I recommend focusing on the bell bearer right away and then dealing with the ministers the same way you did the 2 reeds from earlier. Bait out their attacks and then retaliate. They give you plenty of space to heal if you kite them to the opposite side of the arena and then run away. Don't run into them for no reason like I do. Watch out for their retaliation upon blocking attacks and heal up between phases. Phase 10 is a maestro and a reed. Approach this the same way you approach phase 5 with 2 maestros. It's hard to focus on dodging projectiles from both simultaneously, so start by focusing on the maestro and sacrificing mask to get underneath him and upslash until he disappears. Then all you have left is 1 reed to kite around. Be defensive and end this phase with as much health and silk as you can. This final phase is 2 choir clappers. We can get about 3 free hits in on 1 at the top before he attacks. If you have plenty of health and are feeling safe, you can play this similar to 1 clapper, dashing in and responding to attacks when they are attacking close together. But if they back you into a corner, you may need to pogo to get over them and safely get space. If you get hurt or low on silk or simply want to play it safe, I'm going to show you how to use the Ascendance grip to essentially cheese these guys. If you get all the way up in a corner and stick to the wall with Ascendance grip, none of their attacks are going to hit you. This would be the time to spam your tools if you decide to use tools in the fight, but if you're playing it needle only like I am, wait for the clappers to attack simultaneously or at least close together, and then hop off for a pogo and return to safety. Repeat. Wait for them to attack simultaneously, hop off, pogo, return to safety. Hop off, pogo, return to safety. Wait for an attack that feels simultaneous, hop off, pogo, return to safety. Just stay calm and don't panic. You can always heal up here in the corner, and even if they do that magic pound attack, or even if they both magic pound at the same time, the pounds will not hit you from up in the corner. So just keep being safe. Retreat to safety, hop off, and pogo when you can. Notice I'm mistiming a lot of my pogos and taking damage, but that's okay. We can heal up in this corner and we're getting plenty of silk from every pogo. When 1 goes down, it gets pretty simple. If you're able to beat phase 6 comfortably, now you've got 1 clapper and you've likely already damaged him significantly with your pogos. Just watch out for his set of 4 moves and respond accordingly. Dash out and back in for regular attacks, jump over magic staff, and get out of the way for magic pound. Congratulations, you've beaten the Forum Gauntlet. Not much left to do but claim our reward. If you head out and to the left, you will find the last conductor, and after some dialogue, you'll be prompted to play your needle in and learn his melody. This is a major quest requirement that will allow you to ascend the Citadel and progress towards beating the game. Nice. Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. I'm Chastain on Gaming, and I'll see you next time.